What's up, everybody? Paul Hickey here with your data-driven daily tip. Today, we're going to talk about podcast advertising. Now, it's all about getting out in front of your target persona. And whether you're a small business owner or a marketing director for a small and emerging brand, the fact of the matter is that your target persona, regardless of vertical, is starting to consume more and more audio content through podcasts. So, we need to start layering in audio podcast advertising into your digital marketing strategy. Now, yes, you still need to run Facebook, Instagram, and Google ads, and possibly LinkedIn ads or Pinterest ads, depending on who you are. Yes, you absolutely have to be doing those things. Yes, you have to have the email marketing strategy. Yes, you probably have to take a look at having your own YouTube channel and your own podcast. But in addition to that, you also have to look at what's next and what could we be doing more of? How can we get in front of our target audience? And you can get in front of your target audience through podcast advertising. Now, I've got something for you in today's data-driven daily tip that talks about how you can do that as a small business or emerging brand. Because the fact of the matter is that by 2020, the data shows that nearly $700 million will be spent on podcast advertising. However, the problem with that and the opportunity for you as a small business owner is that the top 1% of podcasts right now are taking all the money, which means it's A, very, very expensive to advertise on those podcasts, and B, it's very, very hard to get consumers' attention, and you may not be getting the return on investment. However, the good news is you have platforms out there like Anchor, and Anchor is a platform that allows anybody to podcast and anybody to build up an audience, similar to like YouTube, where you can place an ad on someone's particular YouTube channel. And you can place an ad on someone's particular website. I've talked about that in other data-driven daily tips. You can now place an ad on someone's particular podcast that might have a smaller niche audience that fits your product or service, and it's going to cost less. And the way that you do that is through a platform called Anchor. It's the same platform I've been talking about that allows you to create your own podcast. So I am going to show you on my screen right now and describe it for those of you listening how to go ahead and do this. So what you need to do is go to a URL that's going to be linked in the at dataoveropinions.com. You can find this blog. It'll be called The Future of Digital Marketing is Podcast Advertising. And you can find the hyperlink in that blog at dataoveropinions.com, and you can also find it if you're watching this on YouTube in the description below. But it's anchorhq.typeform.com/to/r80dx9. So it's a weird URL, but it's going to take you directly to where you can fill out a survey and talk about your business and what your business goals are, and how much your estimated quarterly podcast marketing budget is. And you can start at less than $5,000. So it's not going to cost you maybe what you think it might cost you to get in front of your target audience. And you're going to fill out this form and learn more about podcast advertising. Now, the other cool thing here is for podcasters to monetize their podcast through this same platform. So if you're creating content for your brand, and I'm still speaking to you small business owners and to you marketing directors of small to emerging brands, you need to also be creating content, like I talked about earlier, to organically get in front of your audience that might be consuming this audio content. Well, not only can this drive the kind of sales that you're wanting, but if you get the right kind of personality and tell the right kind of story, you can actually now start to monetize this through this Anchor sponsorships program as well. And it's super easy to do. You just basically create radio reads that then get audited and matched up with advertisers who will want you to read their advertisement on your podcast. So I'm really, really excited about this, guys, because out of all kinds of traditional marketing, the one that I have seen work the most is a radio DJ actually reading the advertisement on the air, because that's actually when the consumer, the listener is paying attention. They're not paying attention during the actual commercial. They're paying attention to the person who's on air, who's about to play the next song, or who is the talk show host. And so in this particular format that Anchor has devised, it's low cost, it's targeted, so you can get it, you can pick and choose the actual podcast that you want to be on as an advertiser is number one. And then if your podcast is good enough to get listens, which it will be and should be, then you could actually be the one reading other people's ads as part of your program to additionally monetize it. So it's very much like Google AdWords and Google AdSense and the display network and how that all works together. And it's very much like the YouTube content model where you're putting out content, you're driving view. You're not only driving the business that you want through the content, but you're also getting views. And then in the process of getting views, you can actually monetize those views. So this is the future. This is also the now. And so as part of my job as strategist at Data Driven Design, I want to put this out in front of you all. For more free digital marketing and web design tips, go to dataoveropinions.com. For more information on our podcast, go to pauljhickey.com. To support our podcast, go to support.datadrivendaily.com. For our Alexa skill, go to datadrivendaily.com. And if you really just want to hook up and talk business or talk about how we might be able to help each other out, email me at paul@datadriven.design. This has been your Data Driven Daily Tip. Thanks and have a great day.